much of her childhood living internationally, later earning her bachelor's in social sciences, master's in education, and doctorate in education. She has taught in private and public schools, including a military school in Puerto Rico, and has worked with online students worldwide, teaching subjects such as English, Spanish, Latin, and global literature to learners ranging from age 3 to seniors, guided by the belief that every student can learn. She builds on existing knowledge to strengthen confidence and emphasizes vocabulary development as the foundation of language acquisition. And she is from United States of America. That was really a great introduction of Dr. Yes. Dr. Sharon. So, yes, the stage is all yours, Dr. Sharon, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Yes, I live in South Florida in the United States. And so I live where the weather is always warm. And I would like to welcome everyone to this presentation. Yes, teaching is what I do. It has been and continues to be the greatest challenge. And I would like to take just a few minutes to talk to you about empowering women through certain words. There we all use a lot of words, and last year when I spoke about these words. We've always used a lot of words. This document is for everyone so that they may take notes as we proceed through this and see exactly where you believe you are in the path of satisfactory success. If we can go to the PowerPoint, please. I titled this presentation Empowering Women Through Vocabulary, because that is a very necessary aspect of our lives today. Today, we find ourselves needing to be empowered, needing to be taken to a higher level. And the best way that we can do that is through acquiring some words that we internalize, words that become part of who we are, part of what we are, part of how we define ourselves. Next slide, please. So I pulled out these 20 words: strong, confident, resilient, capable, brave, independent, visionary, empowered, creative, wise, courageous, determined, inspiring, skilled, compassionate, bold, grounded, ambitious, authentic, innovative. Now, when I say those words, for most people, you immediately go down the path of thinking of people that embody those words or how you feel internally. And this is about how you feel. Do you feel strong? Do you feel confident in what you know? Next slide, please. Because today we are in the place where we have to empower without subjugating. And I had someone tell me yesterday that they didn't know what the word subjugated meant. Subjugating a person means that I make myself better by pushing you down. That is subjugating. A very common practice in business, very common practice throughout the world, that we feel that we can empower ourselves only to the extent that we are pushing others down. This is not that. There is no need for that. You making someone else feel smaller does not increase your ability in any of these words. So we want to empower, but we want to do so without um, without minimizing what other people are, think, feel, or believe. Next slide, please. So we'll start with strong. With strong, um, a woman who knows her worth is dangerous. Why is danger equivocal to strong? That should not be. Strong, a woman who knows her worth, stands firm in her values, navigates challenges with resilience, confidence, and compassion. We not often hear the word strength and the word compassionate. If we're strong, maybe people feel of us as bullies, not as compassionate. And this definition says I'm strong because I can feel what other people are going through in a positive way. How can I help you? I'm strong when what I believe, unknown caller, when what I believe is simply the most important thing. What I believe. Do I believe what I'm telling other people that I think is right, is I think is correct? Next slide, please. So we go to this list of questions here about you and your strength. Next slide. Questions like, do you really know what you're worth? Who determines what you're worth? Do you have values? Okay, I have values. Most people, if you say, do you have values? They say, I have values. What are those values? Where did they come from? Do those values stand up to challenges? Do you have confidence? Do you have compassion? If I'm strong, I know what I'm worth even when no one is looking. Next slide, please. Our second word is a word that has multiple meanings depending on who's looking. Are you confident? Do you know that you know what you know? Confidence. People that speak with confidence, they carry themselves in a different way because they respect the knowledge and power in their brain. Okay, so that takes us to asking the question, if you see somebody and they say, hello, ma'am, are you confident? What is your answer? And why do you answer the way you do? Next slide, please. We're confident when we know what our abilities are. I am confident in my ability to teach. If a student wants to learn, I have the ability to teach them. I have to understand that. And in that level of confidence in myself, I carry myself in public in a different way because I am confident in my abilities. I'm strong in my values. And I may not always make the right choices, but I feel good about the choices. And even when I'm wrong, I can reevaluate how I did that. Next slide, please. The next one is the word resilient. How resilient are you? Are you a person that rises again and again after things happen? Do we use adversity as a stepping stool rather than a limitation? Next slide. So, are you resilient? How do you get up? when something bad happens, I tell my students it's okay to sit in the floor and just have a meltdown. Okay, I made a bad grade on the test and I'm upset and I'm not happy. Okay, get it out of your system. Now, how do you pick up and move forward? Next slide. Because picking up and moving forward is the difference between the successful, empowered person and the one that's not. It's okay for the pieces to break, but how do we move from that step forward? Next slide, please. So, so if you are capable, you have skills and you are ready to utilize those skills in a manner that is enough. Is it enough? Next slide. So, my question is, how do you know you're capable? Because if you're relying only on someone else to say you are capable, that person's opinion may or may not be valid. You're the only person that can know if you are capable, if you have the skill set to perform a task, if you can stand there and do what you need to do. You're the only person that knows that. So we need to empower each other by using these words. I am capable. I am prepared for this job. I have the skills for this job. I'm prepared to do this. I can do this. Let me show you what I can do. And for that, you need critical thinking skills. Those are very necessary. Next slide, please. The next word is the word brave. Mm. And we immediately think of bravery as that person that is not afraid of a snake, that person that is not afraid here of an alligator. That's not actually bravery. Bravery is the actions that we take because of the values we have. If your value is the preservation of life, then bravery at the sight of an alligator may simply be closing the door, not chasing it. Bravery. We use our values as a guide for our action. Next slide, please. So the question, what are your base values? Do you feel that you are sufficiently valuable to want to preserve your life? Um, how do you demonstrate that bravery? Oh, I closed the door. I'm brave. I'm not crazy. Next slide, please. The next word is the word independent. Oh, an independent woman. Mm. That phrase sometimes is seen in a negative connotation. I'm an independent woman. Does independent mean I don't need anyone? Or does independent mean I know what I'm worth? Yes. When challenges arise, yes, you're able to find those creative solutions and remain resourceful. Thank you, Ria. Yes, independence doesn't mean I don't need you. Independence means I know my worth, I know your worth, we can work together. Next slide. So so is it more difficult? Is it harder to be alone or is it harder to be with someone? Next slide. Next slide, please. And so the questions come. What is harder? Being alone or being with someone? I do not have the answer to that. I lived both ways, and I still can't answer that. I think it means being with someone but retaining your identity. That's how I feel. I'm an independent person. I want to be with you, but I don't want to lose me. Next slide. The next word that we come upon is the word visionary. Visionary, not as in I can shake the crystal ball and see the future, but that I can see the usefulness of AI. I can see how we can take the resources that we are presented with today and take them forward. I'm prepared. I'm confident. I'm a visionary. I can see that tomorrow, what is tomorrow for me? What does it mean for me? Next slide. So we're looking at what I see tomorrow. What does my tomorrow look like? Then I have to decide not just tomorrow and the next day, but the next year and 5 years down the road. Um, and the question Soren asked is about women staying authentic. Yes, authentic is on our list. Next slide, please. Yes, and how do you stay authentic? It's probably more challenging today than ever because the expectations of of society and the social world that we live in today are not geared towards empowering people. And we want to empower people. We don't want to tear people down. So let me see when I get to that slide, Soren, if it answers your question. To be empowered, self ownership of your choices, for right or for wrong. Right or wrong, we have to own our choices. I made a mistake. Oh, I did that right. Just own it. That is empowering. Don't blame it on someone else. Just own it. Next slide, please. How do I know what I am worth? How do I know? It doesn't need to be that somebody else has to tell me. I have to prepare myself. I have to see that, oh, wait a minute. In order to stay abreast, I need to improve my accent. I need to speak with a less southern accent. I get that from my grandparents. I need to increase my technology certifications. What am I worth? How do I determine that? How do I create choices? Next slide. Because this word takes us to creative. And maybe most women believe they are creative. Are they creative? Ooh, it's in our Bill of Rights being creative. Um, we have the ability to bring ideas and solutions new and out only if we have the confidence to say this works. If you tell a student you need to study this because it might be on the test tomorrow, that is not empowering them. If you say, okay, let's get to work here, let's do this, let's cover this material, let's make sure we know these answers. You have to be creative even in the way you're presenting material for anyone, because it's very difficult for people to accept that they need to learn. And being creative is not just about singing or sewing. Being creative is using your mind. Next slide, please. And so, are you creative? Do you have an imagination? We need that. And if we can't find it, we need to go talk to a child because children always have that. The next slide, please. Now, courageous. Do we think that courageous belongs with brave? If I face down the alligator, am I brave? Am I courageous? Are they synonyms? I don't know. To me, I'm courageous when I shut the door and leave the alligator outside. That's being courageous and brave. Because being brave and courageous is not doing crazy things, it's knowing what is right and doing what is right. It doesn't matter what's going on. Next slide. So we're looking at courage. Are you? But is the big question is your truth, your courage, does it come from a place of facts? Next slide. And so we look at this as how we are, as what we do. Are we courageous? Next slide. And are you fact based? Do the things that you believe them because you know they are true. Next slide. Then we go to determination. And determination is just that that thing inside of you that says, this is hard, but I'm doing it. This is not easy, but I'm going to make it. That is determination. Next slide. And so, are you a determined person? Do you absolutely stand up? Will you just keep pushing? If you are, then you need the next word. The next word is inspiring. Next slide, please. Inspiring. Are you inspiring? Do other people look at your life and go, she can do it, I can do it? That inspiring can only happen if you're authentic. If you're not real, you cannot inspire people. Next slide. So the question becomes, are you an encouragement to others? Do people look at you and go, oh yes, that's, I want to be like that? Or do they look at you and say, I need to help that person? We want to be empowered and we want to be empowering. Next slide. Because you cannot do that without being skilled, whatever the skill may be, whatever it is. How did you learn? Did you learn everything you could learn about it? Are you practicing it? Are you dedicated? Are you inspiring to others? So where does our knowledge come from? Our values come from knowledge. Where does our knowledge come from? Next slide. So are you learning with a purpose? I need to learn this because it empowers me to go to the next stage, because it allows me to be what I need to be. Next slide. And that takes us to the word compassionate. Next slide. Compassionate. You are compassionate when your understanding and care extends past yourself to others with dignity. Dignity being the most important word there. I can only be compassionate in a right way if I do it and allow other people to preserve their dignity. Next slide. So are you a person that reaches out to others? Do you insult them or do you respect them? Compassionate. Next slide. The next word is the word bold. Oh, bold and bravery. And brave. Bold. If I'm bold, I'm not afraid to stand up for what I believe is right, whatever that may be. I can do it. Next. So, are you bold? Next slide. Are you bold? Are you bold in a way that doesn't put other people down? That's very important. Next, the next word is the word grounded. Next slide. And grounded, We use that with kids when they do something wrong. That's it, you're grounded. As a word to take things away. But grounded also means that outside forces do not change your beliefs. I am not influenced easily. I need facts. I need information. Before I change my mind, I want data. Next, so the question is, are you grounded? Do you bend but not break? Can I accept it if I'm wrong? But can I be sure? Next slide. And then it's the word that everybody fears, ambitious. Mm. If I believe I am capable, then I can be ambitious in a way that is not detrimental to others. I want to succeed. I am ambitious. I do want to succeed. And I do it from a place where I believe in my capacities. Next slide. So, are you? Do other people see you pursuing your goals and they pursue theirs? And next slide. And then this is the slide that everybody has been messaging back and forth about. Mm, the authentic. And we're almost at the end. Authentic honors her identity, voice, and lived experiences. Next slide. Authentic. Is that something that we can guarantee that we are? That's very difficult. I am mostly an authentic American Indian. I honor that, but I do not always represent that because it's not always well received. Next slide. And then we come to innovative, our last word. Innovative. Are you willing to step out and try something new? I am an old teacher. I've been teaching for 30 years. I'm only still teaching because I am innovative. I am taking IT courses. I'm taking certifications to make sure that I have the skills that I need to get to that place where I want to be. To be innovative, to want to be everything, to look for the solutions. Next slide. So, are you innovative? Are you open to something new? Are you willing to learn? Are you determined? Next slide. And so, how did you do? If I said grade yourself, these 20 words, which ones do you embody? Which ones do you think you need to improve? Where do you need to grow? Because life is about growing and about learning. And as long as you're growing and learning, you are just there. Let me get to the next step, the next place. How do I improve? Next slide. So, next slide, please. So, it is my hope. We all have hopes. My hope is that you will take this presentation of these 20 words and empower yourself. Am I living authentically? Clea, I hope so. I think it's a day by day struggle. I think I struggle sometimes with my American Indian heritage because it's not well received in some circles. I think that being authentic sometimes means getting up and leaving the room, and I have done that. Being authentic and staying true to your values means not tolerating things that go against your belief. If I'm in a place and people start doing things that are against my values, I don't make a scene. I don't start yelling. I just get up and get out of the room. I walk away because sometimes being authentic does not mean being confrontational. Last slide. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Um, I hope you take something from it. I hope that it leads you to thinking about yourself and how your children, grandchildren, nieces, how you're seen by others because of your willingness to stand up and say, this is what I believe. I thank you for your kind attention, and I wish you all a wonderful and safe day. Thank you very much. And I guess until they take the microphone away, does anybody have a question? Because I still seem to be here. Um, Soren, did I answer your question?
Thank you so
Okay,
much,
Melinda. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sharon Shapley, for sharing the wonderful presentation. And I can see that your PowerPoint presentation is really amazing with all the slides, almost 40 plus slides. I can see the hard work behind that. Uh, uh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing this information. I hope the questions that you have, the questions the audience asked for, you have given the answers while you are presenting to the audience. So yes, and you are the last speaker for the day, Dr. Sharon Shapley. And so, can I go ahead with one more question?
Yes, please, go ahead.
So here I can see when challenges arise, are you able to find creative solutions and remain resourceful?
Yes, I do. But I'm not going to say that it's always easy. I think challenges arise daily. I think one of the resources that we have for challenges today lies in our ability to learn how to use AI appropriately. There's a lot of conflict about AI, whether or not, to me, AI is a database that can read thousands of pieces of data in a manner that is much faster than I can. And I always validate what I find, but looking for creative solutions to problems, AI is the first place I go. For a health problem, for a teaching problem, for a Wi Fi problem, for any kind of problem that you have, use the resources that are at your disposal today that we didn't have 50 years ago. And look and see what it says. I had a challenge. There's a position that I'm applying for, and they wanted IT certification. And I'm like, okay, I've been using IT since it was invented. Why do I need to be certified? That's a challenge. So I can choose to say, I don't need that certification. I know how to do this. Or I can say, wait a minute, what kind of certification are you looking for? What is it going to take me to get it? And so what did I do? I went to AI and I said, I need this certification. And they said, oh, with your experience, this is where you can go to take the test. Okay. We have to be willing to be pliable. While standing firm in what we believe, we have to be willing to go and look and see around us what is there that helps us and take that and use it. And to me, that is being resourceful today. Uh, 50 years ago, being resourceful was going to the library. That is no longer what it is today. Today, that is not being resourceful. Today, resourceful is being able to look things up on the internet, but know how to see whether what you're finding is accurate or not. And that's probably one of the biggest challenges today is that there is a lot of inaccurate information. And you have to be able to dig through what is real and what is not. And I know a lot of people don't like AI. They're afraid of it. My mother's scared to death of it. And it's a resource. When we got the telephone, there were a lot of people that didn't like telephones. And now nobody would think of not having a telephone. It's just another resource in our bag of tools. Does that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it was really a long answer. I hope.
Well, it's complicated. Challenges are complicated because you have challenges in your education, in your life, in your family, in your home, in your country. Everything is it's life is challenging.
Exactly. I agree. Life is a challenge. I like
Life.
this. So yeah, thank you so much and sharing your great presentation with Day 3 Global Virtual Summit 2026 and the last speaker for the day. And it was really good end for this Day 3 event. So please support our next event as well, Day 4 and the tomorrow. And please do join and please share your questions and yeah, and you can share it with your friends, family. Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
have a nice day. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye.
So yes, this is as we bring day 3 of the Global Virtual Summit 2026 to a close. We are proud to mark the successful completion of three incredible days of learning, collaboration, and global exchange. So over these past days, we have shared powerful ideas, explored new perspectives, and built meaningful connections across borders. So, to our speakers and participants, thank you for your valuable energy, insights, and contributions. Your engagement continues to shape the conversations and impact of this summit. And the journey is not over yet. We have just one final day to go, and we look forward to welcoming you back tomorrow as we conclude this remarkable global experience together. Thank you. Signing off. This is Melinda Roy. See you tomorrow. Good night. Good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. So, bye bye.